This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The New Providence Women's Basketball Association tipping off its best-of-5 championship last night over there at the Donald Davis Gym. For the second year in a row, the matchup featuring the Bombardier Operators up against the Korea Builders Cheetahs. The defending champion Operators, they got out to a fast start in this one, but midway through the first quarter, the Cheetahs started to find their groove, and the Operators, they held a slim 12-10 lead heading into the second period. The Operators increased that lead to 6 midway through the quarter, but the Cheetahs closed the half on a 6-2 run to bring the deficit back down to 2 at 22-20. The third quarter was back and forth, and it was 40-all heading into the final period. It now came down to who wanted it more, and in the final couple of minutes, that proved to be the Cheetahs. They ended the game on a 17-7 run and took a 1-0 series lead with a 67-55 Game 1 victory. Felicia Kelly led the Cheetahs in the win, a side-high 14 points. Linda Pierre added 13. Latoya Thompson finishing up with 11. For the Operators, Melissa Peterson, she had a game-high 16 points, while Sasha Ferguson followed with 10.
However, we played well enough to win the game. As you know, I think we came out the game very flat, and as a result, we played sluggish. But however, we were able to turn it on in the right time, which was the fourth quarter, and been able to open the lead and was able to pull off the win. So we just want to thank God for the win. It's only the first game of the series so far. We got 2 more to win, and we're going to focus on that, which is coming on Thursday, and take it one game at a time. And hopefully we'll be able to pull it off in 3 straight.
We had a good game plan for 30 minutes, and coming down the stretch, we lost our composure, we lost our cool, and ended up making some mistakes, and we lost the game. So now we just go back and regroup, come back on Thursday, and even the series up. This series is far from over. We compete tonight. We made a few mistakes, but we could be all right.
Now, as you would have heard, Game 2 between the Cheetahs and Operators, that is set for tomorrow night back at the Donald Davis Gym. Well, the Scotiabank B3A's National High School Track and Field Championships will get underway tomorrow and run through Saturday at the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, and fans are asked to come out and show their support.
On Friday of the competition, we intend to have, with full participation of the Ministry of Education, all schools, all students will be permitted to come to the track to participate and to cheer for their respective schools. At this time, we also want to really go out there and encourage the alumni of the various schools to come out and really show their support for not only their schools but for all of the athletes. And so we look forward to this. The Marianne Higgs, the Pauline Davises of our days, we are encouraging all of you to come out and wear your colors and support the new rebranding of the B3As and Scotiabank in the National High School Championships.
Now, when the National High School Track and Field Championships get underway tomorrow, we can tell you the Government School Senior Champs, the CV Bethel Stingrays, are one of the teams you are going to want to look out for. The Stingrays won their first government school title in school history last week by dethroning the 10-time defending champion C.R. Walker Knights, and according to Rays coach Rupert Gardner, they plan to keep their place on the mountaintop.
Next year, we still don't have our team in place. We only lose 2 or 3 athletes. Cliff Reese, York Dean, Vernon Varens, but we still have our team intact. We have a good girls team, because when we look at our girls, the Pauline Pierre, who's in grade 10, who won the 100 and the 200, the Jody Miller, who won the 400 meters. So we're going to repeat next year. We could build a dynasty, and I think that was our goal, to build a dynasty at CV Bethel.
Shot put specialist Kyle Higgs has already made the qualifying standard for the Carifta Games next month in Martinique, but his goals for 2014 extend much further.
My biggest challenge this year is basically going to be qualifying for the World Junior Championships to be held in Oregon. I'm about 7 meters off right now, but with consistent work from my coach and basically sticking to the plan, there's no reason why it can't be done.
There are under 66 days to go now until the start of the inaugural World Relays at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. And tonight, Kelsey Johnson speaks with the manager of the National Sports Authority, Jeffrey Beckles, to get an update.
Officials will transform the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium for the hosting of the IAAF Bahamas World Relays 2014, including upgrades to the exterior.
Outside the track and the accommodations for international press and media, you'll probably find that there's going to be quite a bit of almost of a tent city to help us facilitate, because we don't have the physical room. So in areas where we lack the room capacity, we're also augmenting that with tents. And so there's not much more physical work to be done in terms of the actual physical plant. No, it's nothing there.
Other cosmetic work to be done includes painting. The drawings of a complete wayfinding package designed to assist patrons with getting to their seats quickly will also be done. This drawing will include a precise layout of all the parking lots and grandstands. These permanent signs will be constructed miles outside the stadium area. Patrons are asked to pay close attention to them, as it will help with the traffic flow.
Parking, in terms of the general proximity to the stadium, is not an issue. Now, the parking is on a first-come, first-served basis, so if you park on the end, you'll probably have another few hundred feet to walk. But as far as proximity is concerned, parking is never an issue for us. We have the capacity to accommodate up to 4,000 cars with the ability to have additional open lots. So we're fine as far as parking is concerned.
A number of parking lots will be in use for the two-day meet. There are free parking and paid parking lots as a result. Beckles is encouraging persons to decide quickly on which parking lot they will use. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Here and a couple of our college basketball gurus here at ZNS sat down to put together our tournament brackets. Of course, there is some Bahamian flavor in this year's tournament with Bahamians on rosters. We're talking about Coastal Carolina's Tristan Curtis, UCLA's Juana Bale, the top scorer for the Oklahoma Sooners, Buddy Hield, and of course, Kadeem Colby, who plays for the Midwest Region's top seed, the Wichita State Shockers. Now, Chris Saunders, he committed to the three-bracket strategy, filling out three separate brackets with three different outcomes. Of course, the one thing that was consistent on Chris's sheet was the four Bahamians moving past the first round. Chris has an all-Bahamian matchup in the Elite Eight with Oklahoma and Buddy Hield facing Kadeem Colby's Wichita State squad, which will go down to Chris's eventual champion, the Florida Gators. Now, Kelsey Johnson, she took a different approach.
I'm looking at Obama's picks first, and I'm going to mock whatever he has because the president is a winner.
Of course, before she could make her picks, girls being girls, she had to prepare. Kelsey's selections don't see Tristan Curtis's Coastal Carolina making it past the first round as a 16 seed. In fact, she has only one Bahamian making it to the Final Four, that being Kadeem Colby and the Wichita State Shockers emerging to the final weekend. No makeup, precedents, or complicated formulas were involved in my picks. This year's tournament will feature some dynamic talent and well-coached teams, so fans can expect some intriguing matchups and nail-biters. My pick to cut down the nets, the Florida Gators, but along the way I predict Wichita State, they'll taste their first defeat of the season at the hands of Kentucky. Overall, the Bahamas, they will do well, with three of the four teams playing deep into this year's tournament. Now, of course, the final two play-in games are taking place tonight. The 64 that starts tomorrow afternoon, all culminating on April 7th in North Texas with the national champion. And like I said, it would be the Florida Gators cutting down the nets at the end of the day. And that will do it for sports, but don't go anywhere. There's more to come after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.